Celtic pick up the first silverware over in Scotland, as of course they won the League Cup up against Hibs this past weekend. But what went on over in the Premiership itself? We'll take a look next. That's right, folks, back once again on our prediction video today. We're looking forward to match day number something over in Scotland. And we'll get to that in just a second. Where you been? Smash your subscribe and keep your bang up today with all things Scottish Premiership related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football. We're all here, boys. Under one roof. I believe it's match number 20. Of course, we'll have a look at it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs as well. They are the Patreons. Thank you for your love behind the scenes, because he bloody knows who you are, and I bloody know who you are. And of course, big shout out to you guys for doing it. If you want to help us out, check out the link down below, patreon.com/roverseas. We're going to take a look back now, of course, at the results that, of course, took place this past weekend. And we're going to look forward to a bumper double header here. We're going to go with the games that take place on the 22nd, and of course, including the ones for Boxing Day itself in this video. Double whammy. So let's get cracking then, shall we, and have a look at it. Here we go. Of course, Hibs picked up a 1 over Dundee. That was, of course, in the Scottish Premiership. Of course, they did eventually lose the League Cup against Celtic, but a big win for Hibs there. 1-0 win, getting back, moving in the right direction. Rangers picked up a 2-0 win over St Johnstone, of course. Ross County did lose to Celtic. Meanwhile, into the weekend we move. Livingston picked up a draw against Ross County. Rangers picked up a 1-0 win over Dundee United. Motherwell picked up a 2-0 win over St Johnstone. Of course, Dundee did lose to Hearts as well. Let's take a look at the table. Here you go. Rangers, of course, kicking ass at the moment with 7 points clear over Celtic, who have a game in hand. They can close that back down to 4. Hearts still doing tremendous since they, of course, returned to the top flight here. 33 points for them on the moment. Of course, down the bottom is St Johnstone going down, a bit of trouble down there for matey boy Davidson, of course, the governor. Ross County also doing all right, grinding up and trying to move away from the drop zone. Meanwhile, take a look then, shout, of course, how you guys got on here. Take a bloody bow. A lot of you. JSP FC are great. Ultra over Mirren Janik Bus also got 7. I think that's 7 out of 7. 100%. Correct me if I'm wrong. Should we go back and have a look? 2, 4, 6. Well done, guys. They got 7 out of 7. Let's give them another round of applause, because that is pretty fantastic as well. I didn't get that myself, so I mean, she must be great. She must be great. Take a look at that. Of course, the overall grand scheme of things over in Scotland, 37-7. Of course, leads the charge, 1 point clear over Deepak the Great, who's, of course, 1 point clear over Yannick Buster at the moment. So well done. Bit of a tight race indeed. I don't really know where the halfway stage is over in Scotland, so we might have already passed it. So I think we're just going to plough on as is, unless I can figure it out. Anyway, that's, of course, the state of play of the Prediction League. Of course, we can keep on keeping on. If you want to get involved, Prediction League / well, it's right there. Cut League / Scott is the website. Get amongst it. Is free to enter. Also, it gets your name in lights if you're very, very good at it as well. Also, check out the link for some merch. I'll talk more about that next. Before we get going, of course, I want to showcase this amazing hoodie jumper here. Of course, it is of big bad boy Bertrand Diaz of Blackburn Rovers and La Roca fame. Of course, he is ripping up in the Championship these days, and of course, he could actually kick on to either the Premier League or maybe even La Liga next season. Now, of course, we do have these shirts that are available. They, of course, they do support the channel, and of course, they also support local artist Ben Hayward, who did design this amazing bit of artwork. So, if you want to get involved and help the channel in another way, of course, support a local artist, this is a great place to start. There will be a link to this hoodie in the old description down below. You can get it in, of course, Blackburn Rovers white or blue, and also in, of course, Viva La Roca red here. I have actually sold a couple of these bad boys, so a big shout out to the guys that did purchase this. And again, if you think this is a bit too much for yourself or for your other half or for a member of your family, you could also explore a big bad boy Bertrand Diaz mug. It is out there as well for a little bit less money there, but of course it also supports the channel in another way. So please make sure you check it all out. It does wonders for the channel, and of course it gets the Diaz face out there. It also gets my little face out there. But anyway, let's kick it on with, of course, the next round of picture predictions. All right then, folks, let's kick it on forward to the next round of matches, which of course does include games that are on the midweek, and of course into Boxing Day, which of course is on Sunday, the 26th of December. Let's get into it then, shall we? Of course, starting with St Johnstone against Ross County. Of course, now these two sides have played each other, according to my eyes, around about 56 times since 2002. 21 wins to Super J's, 12 wins to Ross County, and 23 draws. St Johnstone coming into this without one in the last 7 games. Goodness gracious me, 6 defeats on the bats for them, 0% form up against the Ross County side. Just 1 defeat about 6 games, so they're 58% form for Malky Mackay's side. Of course, last time around, they played each other in St Johnstone. It was a 1-win for the Super J's. That was, of course, back in March 2021. The Super J's haven't lost in the last 3 against Ross County. Me and Ross County have just lost once in the last 6. How about that, of course? Now, of course, last time around, of course, Super Johnstone picked up a 2-0 loss against Motherwell. Of course, Ross County picked up a 1-1 draw against Livingston on the road. Look at the odds here. 29-20 for the hosts on this one. Of course, 21-10 is draw. 2-1 is your away win. That's for Ross County. Going to go with the host here to finally break the hoodoo and get themselves a big fat 3 points. And, of course, potentially leapfrog Ross County in the process. Meanwhile, Hibs taking Aberdeen down at Easter Road. Of course, a bit of a cup hangover maybe for for Hibs, of course, taking on, of course, Aberdeen. Those are the 95 times since 1994, 29 wins for Hibs, 42 wins for Aberdeen, and 24 draws. Just 1 win and 6, though, for Aberdeen at the moment. Of course, Sean Maloney is your manager now. Aberdeen coming into, of course, Team Glass, three on the bounce for them, 50% form. Of course, last round over Easter Road was a 2-0 win for Hibs. That was back in February 2021. Of course, Celtic did lose. Celtic did beat Hibs 2-1. Close game, of course, over the final. Of course, St Johnstone did also lose to Aberdeen last time round. Look at the odds here. St John, Hibs coming out to 20 for the 94 short, 50-8. Is Aberdeen. Can there be a new manager bounce here? Going to go with a 2-1 win for Hibs to take it to the house. St Mirren up against Celtic also on what day are we looking at? Where the 22nd, which of course is Wednesday. Played each other 46 times to do that 2000. 4 wins to St Mirren, 39 wins to Celtic, and we've got 3 draws. Of course, St Mirren coming into this. We've won the last 9 games. Goodness gracious me. However, drawn 4 of the last 6. 33% form up against the Celtic side who've won 6 on the bounce. Goodness gracious me. Of course, last round over in St Mirren was a 4-0 win for Celtic. In fact, they scored 10 goals with no return. Celtic over St Mirren in the last 2 games. Meanwhile, St Mirren picked up a draw against Hibs last round. That was, of course, back on the 11th of December. Meanwhile, Celtic also beat Hibs last around 19th of December, of course. So Celtic coming into this looking very, very good. Look at the odds on this one. 70-2 is your hosts. That's St Mirren. Of course, 10-3 on is your Celtic. Of course, the other favourite 70-4 is your draw. Going to go with the 2-0 win for Celtic on this one to close the gap. It's just 4 points to the top of the table. Then we go into Boxing Day fixtures, kicking on off with Aberdeen up against Dundee, of course, over at Pittodrie. Of course, now these two sides have played each other 53 times since 1998. 26 wins for Aberdeen, 12 wins for Dundee, 15 draws, 3 wins on the bounce for Aberdeen at the moment. But they'll lose this one. According to me, anyway, they'll lose this one against Hibs. Of course, Dundee coming to this 4 defeats on the bounce, 33% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time round over at Pittodrie was a 5-1 win for Aberdeen. That was back in December 2018 in the Scottish Premiership. Meanwhile, Aberdeen coming into this like a 1-1 win over St Johnstone, but they'll lose this one against Hibs. Dundee, though, coming into this on the back of a loss against Hearts, of course, back on the 18th of December. Look at the odds on this one. 5-3 on is your Aberdeen, of course, 11-4 is your draw, and 90-4 is your away win. That's Dundee on this one. 2-0 win for Aberdeen to bounce back, of course, from the midweek loss to Hibs. Meanwhile, Dundee take on actually Hibernian over at Tannadice, of course. Now, these two sides have played each other 82 times since 23 wins to Dundee United, 34 wins for Hibs. I've got 25 draws, of course. Dundee United coming to this 4 defeats on the bounce for them, 25% form. Up against the Hibs side, just 1 win in the past 6 for them, 33% form for them right now. Of course, last time around over at Tannadice was a 3-1 win for Hibs. That was in the League Cup back in September 2021. The last time played in the league, though, at Tannadice was a 2-0 win for Hibs way back in January 2021. Of course, Dundee United did lose to the Rangers last round. Of course, Hibs did lose to Celtic last round, but they also picked up a win against Aberdeen in my eyes. Of course, look at the odds on this one. We have Dundee 9.95 for the ratio, 29-20 is your Hibs, and 11.5 is draw. Quite tight on the bookies on this one. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw myself for this. Hearts take on Ross County over at wherever they call it, Tynecastle. That's right. Played 20 times since 2012. 7 wins for Hearts, 2 wins for Ross County, 11 draws. Of course, 3 wins and 3 defeats in the past 6 for Hearts at the moment. Of course, 50% form up against the Ross County side, just 1 defeat in the past 6 games, 58% form. They also lose this one as well. Of course, last round over at Tynecastle was a 0-0 draw back in August 2019 in the top flight. Meanwhile, Hearts coming in on the back of a 1-0 win over Dundee. Of course, Ross County picking up a draw against Livingston last round, however, losing this one as well. Look at the odds on this one. We have Hearts 50-8 on for the victory, 65 is your draw, 90-4 is your away win. That's Ross County. Hearts are your favourites, and of course, they'll win this one as well. 3-1 win for them. Back-to-back defeats to Ross County in this double header. Meanwhile, Motherwell will take on Livingston. Let's get into this one then, shall we? Of course, over at Fir Park, is that right? Played 33 times in 2001, 18 wins for Motherwell, 9 wins for Livingston. We've got 6 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat in the past 4 games for Motherwell. 58% form against the Livingston side of just unbeaten the last 3, picked up 2 wins and a draw to boot, 42% form. Last round, of course, over at Fir Park was a 3-1 win for Motherwell. In fact, they won 3 in the bounce against Livingston. Of course, Motherwell did pick up a 2-0 win over St Johnstone. Now, of course, Livingston picked up a draw against Ross County. Look at the odds on this one. We have 23-20 is your host, 11-5 is your draw, 25 is your away win. That's Livingston. The hosts will win this one 2-0 win and another win for them in the W column. Meanwhile, Rangers will take on St Mirren over at Ibrox, of course. Have they lost so far with Matey Boy in charge? Of course, played the 40 times since the year 2033 wins for Rangers, 3 wins for St Mirren and 4 draws. Rangers winning 5 in the last 6, 92% form for them right now. St Mirren haven't won the last 9 games, like I said, as well, and they'll also lose as well. It'll be the 10th game. Of course, last round over at Ibrox was a 3-0 win for Rangers. They just conceded 1 goal in the last 3 against St Mirren. Of course, Rangers coming into this on the back of a 1-0 win over Dundee United. Meanwhile, St Mirren picking up a draw against Hibs, of course, last weekend, but of course they'll lose to Celtic as well. Back-to-back losses you'd expect between the two Glasgow sides for St Mirren. Of course, the odds on this one are 7-1 on is your Rangers, 80-1 on, 80-1 is your long shot St Mirren, and 61 is your draw. Rangers will win this one as well, 3-0 win for them to take it out. And of course, Super Jays, of course, who will win early in the week. Against Celtic, who will also win early in the week. Played for the 69 times, dude. Since 1997, 8 wins for St Johnstone, 53 wins for Celtic, and we've got 8 draws. St Johnstone, though, were losing the last 7 games, or haven't won the last 6 anyway, but they'll pick up a win here up against the Celtic side, who are red hot. Of course, last time around over at McDermott Park was a 2-1 win for Celtic. It was back in the Premiership back in February 2021. Of course, Celtic picked up a 2-1 win over Hibs in the Cup, also beating St Mirren in the league up against the St Johnstone side who lost to Motherwell, picked up a win against Ross County though. Of course, look at the odds on this one. St Mirren coming at you 81 for the victory. Of course, the long shot 72 on Celtic. Of course, 92 is your draw. Celtic will win this one as well. 2-1 win, close one, but of course, keeping up the heat with Rangers at the top of the table. That, my friends, is it for me, and of course, it for Boxing Day, as of course we head closer to the manic period of the festivities. Meanwhile, take a little look. This is, of course, how you get predictions in. Cut your 4-star Scott. Free to enter. Make sure you do just that. Also, check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, of course, Patreon as well. If you want a support channel, that's the best place to do it, guys. We're going to showcase all those patrons who are still with us in the new year. You'll know what I'm talking about when, of course, when we come back for those new year 2022 fixtures. But anyway, that is it, guys. Be sure to give them some love and check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course, Patreon as well. Until then, dudes, I'll see you soon. Have a good Christmas. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas.